Oh, you were wondering why image is important. I will tell you exactly that and throw in 3 areas to improve for your personal brand. I've had various feelings toward the personal image throughout the different phases of my life. Right about
adolescence,
I started to care about my physical appearance quite a bit. I became aware of interest signals from the opposite sex and was very cautious about how I wanted to represent myself. You know, even became shy and uncomfortable when my mother made me do stuff that weren't that cool in front of cute females. I was even marked as the metrosexual dandy of the family. Right around my days of higher academia, I was so poor, which is a topic for another video, so I stopped caring for looks. I felt like a typical geek, but I knew that my time will come, and having a clear goal made it easier to persevere. Fast forward some years, getting an employment was that time I was long awaiting for. I bought several sets of costumes, shaped up my shoe game, and was feeling at the top of the world. Many internal battles later, after leaving that life behind, I lost all interest for everything material and didn't want to be associated with that lifestyle. Now, fast forward couple of years again, and I know that personal image is important. This time, the difference lies in my mindset. I don't draw any sense of identification with possessions. I merely see them as tools. My motto is adapt to survive. This topic is very relevant in contemporary societies, especially if you're interested in power dynamics. It doesn't matter if you consciously create a personal brand or you think it's a very superficial thing. Direct action and inaction are both interpreted as actions, as non-verbal communication forms. Image is people's way of expressing the inner self. The perception of what and who you believe to be is reflected outwardly by your everyday choices. You might think for yourself that you don't care and prefer to visit the local Pizza Hut in your pyjama bottoms because that's very comfy. But you should know, every person that you pass by forms an opinion of you. No, we shouldn't care about people's opinions of us on an existential level, but be open-minded for now and listen to what I have to say. We can ignore reality and have a wishful thinking, wanting humans to get to know our internal values before judging us. But I'm sorry to say, that doesn't work like that. We judge and are being judged after a tenth of a second, which is sufficient enough to make a superficial assessment, scanning the object of our attention. Just because you choose to have a good will and practice a virtuous life, doesn't mean that your fellow humans will do the same. First impression is like a thunderstruck. We see it first and hear it later. Civilizations and societies are built on cooperation, and if you think that you can ignore the unwritten laws and social stigmas, you are delusional, my friend. If you want to achieve something worldly in life, you have to deal with people, and that by befriending them. Not caring to create a good impression is like having a disrespectful attitude towards the observer. And there goes potential ally throughout the window. Missing in action. In previous videos, I have briefly noted the effect of mirroring people by expressing feelings both vocally and non-verbally, triggering emotional engagement and establishing a connection in that way. People are drawn to what they like. Setting up an image have exactly the same effect on humans. If you are dressed as an 80s rocker, you will be curiously gazed upon by the representatives of the same subculture. Non-verbal communication. If you are heavily overweight, people will judge you as being a greedy and gluttonous person. Non-verbal communication. Whether you are doing it knowingly or not, you have a defined image. Let's dissect some ways to improve your personal brand. These suggestions are directed towards you who wants to improve your influence with image. Physical appearance is the most obvious and straightforward part of the personal brand that you can improve greatly. The changes will impact your everyday life immediately and are the biggest contributor to how people perceive you. Here we talk about everything: hair, nails, skin, facial hair, clothing, accessories, miscellaneous possessions, and other attributes. If you want to make an impression, take care of your skin. Make sure that the hair is not greasy nor dry as hay. Have trimmed and filed nails with no finger skin dangling around. Take care of your grooming, have a neat hairdo. Have clothes that match your body type and are fit. Dress accordingly, have a business attire to a meeting and a casual outfit to a lounge. Avoid being seen in pajama bottoms and a baseball hat. Big no-no. Remember, polished looks signal not only attractiveness, but trustworthiness as well. You wouldn't trust a hoodlum in the alley with a torn hoodie and a pair of dirty sneakers on. Now compare it to the well-dressed man. There we go. Attractive people, not only in terms of genetics, get advantages in life, and that with much less effort. This one is very subtle and requires a basic understanding of human behavior. It's all about how you carry yourself. Everything is accounted for, and the most subtle cues are done subconsciously. Posture has to be improved, very important, by drawing back your shoulders, sticking out the chest, feeling the tension in your lower back. Men are especially bad in holding a masculine posture. When you walk, hold your head so high that you won't see your feet. Both genders should practice walking graciously and feeling the earth underneath the feet each step they take. Practice something that I call slow attitude. You walk slow, you talk slow, you act slow. That will imbue your energy with power, because it grants you advanced self-awareness. You will really start to think of the moment and the action itself. Calm actions instead of emotional reactions. Everything is slowed down. You have a moment to think rationally. Practice smiling less with your face and mouth. Smile more with your eyes. Too much of a plain wide smile gives an impression of being softy and a pushover. Restrain yourself and use your eyes to signal good mood and positive vibes. Men can add a slight touch of smirk. Confident masculine walk is a must. We live in a digital era and most of us have some sort of usage of social media. You want the image on the screen to be congruent with whatever you are trying to market. Yourself, a business, or something else. If you're a comedian, be goofy or sarcastic. If you're a respectable suit guy, make sure to reflect trustworthiness. You see the pattern. And bonus just for you, speaking and writing eloquently will give a zest to your image. Hossein out.